Hi there, I'm Darlene, and welcome to Super at 60. Welcome to my home, and welcome to my kitchen. Guess what today is? Today is a TFR. What's a TFR? A TFR is a tube friend recipe. That means that you guys, my YouTube friends, have sent me a wonderful, tried and true recipe at Super at 60. You sent it to superat60@gmail.com. Super at 60, that's SOUPER at 60. I'll put it up here on the screen for you so that you'll know exactly where to send it, because I want to make sure that I get all of the recipes that you guys send in. And today's recipe is from Janine. Hi, Janine. And Janine is from Carlsbad, California, all the way from California. And I can say that because I'm here in Virginia. So yeah, that's kind of a long distance. That's a haul. That's a haul for sure. So Janine, thank you so much for sending this recipe. I have a feeling, just looking at the ingredients, that it is going to be something that all of you guys really are going to love. I'm kind of getting a feel now for all my subscribers and the kind of things that you like and that don't go over so well. And so I think today, when I saw this recipe, I thought, bingo. We have got to do this recipe. This one's gonna work, and I think everybody's really gonna enjoy it. So Janine, thank you so much. Let me turn you around now and get you in the kitchen, and I'll tell you exactly the name of the recipe. All right, the very first thing I'm gonna put into my big old bowl here is a spice cake mix. Yeah, we're gonna start with a spice cake mix. I love spice cake. So that was something I knew I probably was gonna make either on video or just me by myself in my little kitchen. All right, let's go ahead and get that out. Come on now, girl. Come out of there. All right, very good. Oh boy, does that smell incredible. Let me just give it a quick whisk. Make sure all the little lumpies are out. Yeah, that smells so good. All right, and then we need 3 eggs. It's always best to use room temperature eggs, and I do have room temperature eggs here this morning. I took everything out early. Yeah, so 1, 2, whoops, and 3. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that, guys. All right. And then you need about, well, according to Janine, the original recipe calls for a half a stick. I'm sorry, one stick, a half a cup. There you go. That's where I'm getting the half from, of melted butter. But somewhere during all the years of her making it, she decided for her a 1/4 of a cup or a half a stick of butter was the perfect measurement for her for this bread. So I went ahead and I have right here melted and cooled somewhere between a 1/4 of a cup and a half a cup of butter. Okay, does that make sense to you? I can't stand to talk about half cup butter and a stick of butter and a 1/4. It confuses the heck out of me. It really does. Of course, I will have this recipe down below for you, so you won't be confused. But anyway, somewhere between a half a stick and a stick of butter. Yes, all melted in the microwave and kind of cooled down a little bit, because you don't want to cook these eggs prior to getting this into the oven. And just give it a nice whisk here. I don't think you need to get out anything, like a blender or anything like that. Janine says that the batter will be kind of thick, on the thick side, and she is very correct about that. I don't know, sometimes I think maybe Janine, that whole half a stick might not have been such a horrible idea. But we'll try it Janine's way, because it's Janine's recipe and it's Janine's day here at Super at 60. She is our TFR girl, and we're going to celebrate Janine today. So y'all leave a comment below for sweet Janine. She'll love to read all those, I'm just sure of it. All right, put that right here. And her comments, her emails were so funny. They're just so cute. You can kind of tell a lot about a person in their emails. or their text. It's just kind of funny. All right, now this is kind of cute too. Let me just pull this aside for the moment. We also need a can of apple pie filling. And Janine says she takes a pair of kitchen scissors and she just goes down there in the can and she just kind of chops up the apples, just like this. I think it's brilliant. I do, Janine, I really do. Just go in there. Now, if you don't have kitchen shears, of course you can just use a nice long knife. Just go in there and kind of chop up those apples, just so you don't have great big, sometimes they can be really long pieces and you just don't, apparently you don't want that for this recipe. So I'm just gonna chop it all up. I know the last video I made, the Easter pie video, was a sweet. So this is the second sweet in a row, and I'm sorry about that. I usually mix things up, and make sure that I have dinners and all kinds of, I do all kinds of things here. We're gonna do a back of the box video pretty soon again. I've been looking at the back of the box videos and my nice clean fingers here. Good, I think I have that chopped up. I bet just about as enough as probably is needed here. All right, I'm checking my recipe off to the side here. And 1 can, let's go ahead and put this can in. Where is that spatula? There it is. All right, let's go ahead and add this right in on top of the cake mix and the butter and the eggs. Perfect. I'm just gonna get that all mixed up. Now it also calls for half a cup of chopped nuts. Now, if you don't like chopped nuts, Janine says you can just leave it right out, and I think she's right about that. I love chopped nuts, so I'm gonna add them. In fact, I'm gonna go get them right now, and I will be right back, and we'll be ready to put this into the bread pans. All right, here's my half cup of chopped walnuts. Of course, you could use chopped pecans, and I'm just gonna toss those right in and just give them a good stir. These Danish whisks are so wonderful. If you don't have one of these and you wanted to get yourself a little something for your kitchen, I strongly suggest one of these. They just work wonders. They're great for, heavy yeast breads, and they're wonderful for this as well. As you can see, it just works beautifully. All right, now I'm gonna put them in the pans, just a regular sized loaf pan. All right, perfect. I'm gonna use my cast iron pans this morning. I usually have those beautiful Temptation loaves that I love, but they are in my dishwasher right now because I was using them yesterday for another recipe. All right, good. I'll go ahead and fill the other loaf pan here, and then I'll be right back. All right, here are those beautiful breads. They're just about as even as I could get them in the bread pans, and they're as smooth as I could get them. You can see the chunks of apple, just lovely. And of course I have my sanding sugar here that I'm gonna use, and I'm just gonna put it all over the top of each loaf because that's just what I like to do. I just love it. I think the sparkle that it gives is just beautiful. Try this one over here. It's just a little signature thing. A lot of people use these, they really do. But you don't have to, and you don't have to have this particular kind of sugar. You can see how beautifully it sparkles. It's really, really pretty. I get this up in Lancaster, PA, or Gordonville here, which is in Lancaster. And we'll be going up there pretty soon, I hope. I really hope. And I'll have to get some more because I'm down to the last one. But you know what? If you don't have this and you want to put something on top, you can just put regular sugar and it'll be just fine. All right, I'm going to put these into my oven now at 350. And Janine says about, what, 40 to 45 minutes? And that's what I'll set my timer on. I'll set my timer for 40, maybe even 35. and we'll see. I'll take a check and see if they're done, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done. Okay guys, my bread is out of the oven. Oh my goodness. Once again, my whole house smells like a beautiful big can of the best spray of potpourri you could possibly imagine. Look at this piece of bread. Look at that. Look at the big chunks of moist apple from that can of apple pie filling. There's some chunk pieces of walnut in there, or of course you could use pecan if you wanted to. And look at the spice. The color of the bread is so beautiful because of the spice cake mix. And look at the pretty little sparkle on top. It's just so beautiful. It's a gorgeous loaf of bread. And of course you get two loaves of bread, so you can keep one, eat one, and freeze one, which would be a great idea. Or even better is to keep one and give one. I always love to do that. So, okay, are you ready for me to take a test? I'm ready for me to take a test. All right, Janine, what'd you do to us? I'm gonna get something with the apple in the middle. I'm gonna find just the right bite. Okay, here we go. Oh, yum. Mm-hmm. Janine, girl. All right, where has this recipe been? Janine, this is delicious. Look how I picked it apart. Look at that. I'm ashamed of myself. Oh, the flavor. You know what? It is the combination of the spice cake and all the spices that are in there, and that fantastic moisture from the apple pie filling. It is absolutely delicious. Janine, I knew this was going to be a winner. I just knew it. It is so good. It is so good. I can't wait to hurry up, finish up, and turn the camera off and go ahead and finish this little piece of bite. This little bite. Look, I can't even speak right. Look what you've done to me, Janine. That's how good this bread is. All right, well, you can see how happy a really good recipe makes me. I love good recipes. There is nothing worse, and I'm sure you guys can follow me here. Nothing worse than spending all day on your feet in the kitchen, going through many different ingredients and whatnot, and making a new recipe, and then only having to say to yourself at the end, ugh, or, not so good, I could do without it, or, something like that. Anything other than wow is not worth it, and it's just kind of depressing. So, Janine, I'm glad I didn't have to do that. I am so glad. This is absolutely so delicious. I can't wait for my husband to come home tonight, because this kind of stuff is like right up his alley. He will really and truly love this. Just absolutely love it. Now listen to me carefully. Everybody, if you have a recipe that you absolutely cherish and treasure and love, please send it to me. If you would like to see me make it right here on Super at 60 in my tiny little kitchen, I would love to do that. So send it to superat60@gmail.com. Now I'll put it right up here for you guys, superat60@gmail.com. I will get it, I will look at it, I will email you back, and just, sometimes we have to go back and forth. Janine and I had that little thing about the 1/4 cup or the 1/2 cup of butter, and I had to go back and forth with her on that for a little bit. But it worked. Whatever I picked today, it was somewhere between 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup of butter, melted butter. It worked just perfectly, absolutely perfectly. This is an absolutely delicious, easy cake for you to make. It's kind of a bread cake. If you wanted to make this in like an 8x8 or a 9 or 8-inch round cake pan, maybe 2 of them, I think it'd be fantastic. I do. Or even muffins, it would be delicious. So good. You could even add raisins to this. Look at me, I'm always adding raisins to something, huh? It's delicious, it's that good. So please send me your recipe, and I would love to feature you on a whole day here at Super at 60. Next time I'll be saying your name, I hope. Thank you again for joining me in my kitchen. Bye now. And Lord bless. I'll see you soon.